Hello to everyone. This is Viewpoint on noyantapantv, and I am Benyamin Poghosyan, Senior Research Fellow at Armenia. Today, we will discuss the current stage of Armenia-Azerbaijan negotiations, and in more particular, the attitude or the policy of Armenia and Azerbaijan during these negotiations. For more than 1 year, we hear how different actors, especially the United States, seeks to convince Azerbaijan to sign a peace agreement. Not comprehensive agreement, at least a framework agreement or something about principles, but as of now, in last 1 year, there is a perception that everyone who is interested in the peace in South Caucasus, and particularly if the West believes that the Armenia-Azerbaijan peace will allow Armenia-Turkey normalization, which itself will allow Armenia to gradually move away from Russia, they all are trying to convince Azerbaijan to sign an agreement. With the phone calls from different officials, including Secretary of State Blinken to President Aliyev, telling that, okay, Armenia and Azerbaijan are very close to sign a peace deal, this is very important. And also we see and hear the call that Azerbaijan should stop putting new preconditions. While simultaneously what we have is Azerbaijani position that Azerbaijan is not hurrying anywhere. After military takeover of Nagorno-Karabakh in September 2023 and forced displacement of all Armenians from Nagorno-Karabakh, it seems that Azerbaijan lost an interest in peace agreement, at least in immediate peace agreement, and Azerbaijan policy is this. Okay, yes, probably someone needs peace agreement, but definitely Armenia needs more, and if the West believes that peace agreement is necessary for decrease Russian influence in South Caucasus, then West should do something for Azerbaijan. Position is clear. Okay, if you want Armenia-Azerbaijan peace, or if you want some document signed between Armenia and Azerbaijan, and you hope that this will allow you to fight better against Russia in South Caucasus, but okay, I'm not interested in that. While simultaneously, we hear from Armenian government in more than 1 year that Armenia is ready to sign peace agreement. We all remember the talks that peace agreement or some document may be signed by the end of 2022. Then the same discussion that something may be signed by the end of 2023. Now Armenian government is telling that, okay, we are ready to sign something within 1 month. So Armenian government is sending messages that, okay, I'm ready to sign anything. Do you want framework agreement? No problem. Do you want comprehensive agreement? Again, no problem. Anything on principles? Just give me a paper. But is it the right decision to send messages that I'm ready to sign everything and everyone should convince Azerbaijan to sign? It seems that Armenia needs peace much more, and Armenia is ready to accept everything. While Azerbaijan is bargaining, clearly political bargaining. Okay, you want peace agreement, you want me to sign something, okay, then I need this, I need that. Now they speak about changes of Armenian constitution. Before that, they were speaking about Zangezur corridor, but still corridor is there. Azerbaijan pushes forward the idea of Western Azerbaijan, demanding that hundreds of thousands of Azerbaijanis should return to Armenia. So Azerbaijan's position is very clear. I do not need peace, at least urgent peace or urgent any document. If you need this, okay, please realize my preconditions. Give me corridor, change your constitution, accept Azerbaijanis to Armenia, etc., etc., etc. While Armenian government is telling, oh, I don't need anything, I'm fully satisfied, I'm ready to sign any paper. But in reality, this situation should be opposite, because it's Azerbaijan who got more than anyone can dream, including Azerbaijani leadership, even only 4 years ago, in July 2020. If in July 2020, someone would tell Azerbaijani leadership that within 3 years or 3 years and few months, there will be 0 Armenians in entirely Nagorno-Karabakh. The Armenian government will accept the new status quo, will not demand anything about Nagorno-Karabakh. International community will de facto accept the situation and will impose no real action against Azerbaijan for destroying entire Nagorno-Karabakh and kicking out all Armenians from Nagorno-Karabakh by force. No one would believe. Even in Azerbaijani leadership, people say, no, this is not going to happen. Okay, maybe we will be ready to take back 7 regions by war, maybe sushi, but definitely not entire Nagorno-Karabakh. So we have a very strange situation. Azerbaijan got everything and even much more that it could ever dream about. Armenia lost everything, but still Azerbaijan is putting preconditions and telling, okay, if you want something to be signed, do ABC, while Armenian government is saying, okay, I'm ready to sign anything, no ABC. I don't believe this is the right approach. So Armenian government should change its position. It should be very clear that, okay, yes, we also want to have stable South Caucasus, but if you want stable South Caucasus, if you want something signed between Armenia and Azerbaijan, also Armenia should have some conditions which should be met, some red lines. First of all, Armenia should say anything between Armenia and Azerbaijan can be signed only if Azerbaijani troops withdraw from Armenian territories, or let's call it Soviet Armenian territories, or let's call it the territories which were part of Armenia according to Almaty Declaration of 1991. At least this is Armenia's government perception. What was Soviet Azerbaijan should be Azerbaijan. That is why Armenian current government is absolutely okay seeing Karabakh as part of Azerbaijan without no Armenians. But it means that Armenian government should not be okay seeing part of Soviet Armenia under Azerbaijani control. So, first of all, as I mentioned, Armenian government should say, okay, to all mediators, would it be United States, European Union, Russia, whoever, okay, you want something to be signed between Armenia and Azerbaijan to push forward your geopolitical interests, very well, but I have my own interests. So please go and convince President Aliyev, first, to withdraw troops from occupied Armenian territories, second, to release all POWs, including military political leadership of Nagorno-Karabakh. If not, sorry guys, there will be no agreement, neither framework nor comprehensive, nothing. South Caucasus will not be stable. And sorry, if South Caucasus is not stable, then probably you will not be able to push forward your transit corridors. We know that Americans are speaking about necessity to connect Central Asia with Europe via South Caucasus. And they are telling that Central Asia should be able to reach Europe, circumventing both Russia and China. US interested in reducing China and Russia influence in Central Asia, so they need South Caucasus, and so they need Armenia-Azerbaijan agreements, they need Armenia-Turkey normalization to decrease Russian and China presence in Central Asia. Okay, sound very good from US interests. Nobody can say anything. Congratulations. But what about Armenia? Like, okay, why Armenia should support the United States to theoretically decrease Russian and Chinese influence in Central Asia? If Armenia is supporting this goal, then Armenia should receive something. Armenia should not say, okay, I lost everything and I'm ready now to sign anything without receiving anything just because this will theoretically allow Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan or Tajikistan or Turkmenistan be less dependent on Russia and China, and in general will support the US vision of having less Russia and China in Central Asia or in South Caucasus. Armenia should say, okay, the United States, you want this is in line with your interest, but also I have my own interest. Look, I lost almost everything, Azerbaijan got everything, but this game cannot continue through these rules, that Azerbaijan is receiving whatever it wants, Armenia is losing, and everyone is happy. No. If you want this, if you want less Russia in Central Asia, less Russia in South Caucasus, it's your problems. If you believe Armenia-Azerbaijan agreement can help to reach this, then okay, at least two minimum requirements. First, Azerbaijani troops leaving Armenian occupied territories. Second, Azerbaijan releasing all POWs. If no, then sorry guys, nothing can be signed. As we see, Azerbaijan, which again received everything which he never can dreamed about, putting more and more preconditions, probably telling Americans, okay, convince Armenia to do ABC if you want peace agreement or something to be signed, any document, because yes, I understand you need this to decrease Russian influence in South Caucasus and create more flexibility for Central Asian countries vis-a-vis Russia and China. Okay, but if you want this, then please do ABC. The problem of Armenia is that Armenia is not telling any ABCs. Armenian government is simply saying, okay, give me any paper, I am ready to sign. But why? Again, position should be changed, and Armenia should be very clear that, okay, almost all the red lines have been violated by Azerbaijan. No one did anything, but this is not going to be continued this way. If anyone wants any agreement to be signed between Armenia and Azerbaijan, then at least these two demands. Of course, some may say, oh, look, if Armenia says this, then Azerbaijan will never sign anything, and then Azerbaijan will attack and occupy Syunik, Bayodzor, or even Yerevan, or whatever. But this is a distorted logic, because first of all, Azerbaijan is not attacking or not occupying Syunik region only because Armenia is ready to sign anything without any demands. No. Azerbaijan is not attacking Syunik because there are deterring factors. And these deterring factors has nothing to do with Armenian government desire to sign anything regardless of the content. So all these talks that if Armenia will say, okay, anything can be signed only if A, Azerbaijani troops withdrawing from occupied territories of Armenia, second, releasing all POWs, including political military leadership, this will mean Azerbaijan attacking Armenia? Definitely no. I would say the contrary. If Armenia will continue its current policy that I am ready to sign everything regardless of the content, I just need some document and even I don't care about the title, then this will increase Azerbaijani appetite. Because again, if 4 years ago Azerbaijan cannot dream about Stepanakert without Armenians, now Azerbaijan clearly may dream about Syunik under Azerbaijani control, at least de facto control. So, to sum up, Armenia should be more assertive in these negotiations. Otherwise, most probably nothing is not going to be signed, but the less assertiveness or zero assertiveness from Armenian side simply boosts Azerbaijan to be more aggressive and simply boost Azerbaijani dreams about Syunik, for example. And boost Azerbaijani way of thinking that, okay, Armenia not only lost everything, but Armenia lost the will to take back anything. Armenia lost the will to resist. So if you have zero will to resist, then, for example, why Azerbaijan could not take Syunik? So again, Armenia should change its position in negotiations, be more assertive, and this will help Armenia definitely. This is all for today, and we will meet soon.